Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. In this video, we're going to briefly discuss some visa and immigration updates with respect to Thailand specifically. So we're talking Thai visas and immigration news, for lack of a better term. This is the first 2 weeks of July 2017. In a recent article I came across via the Pattaya Mail, which is dated July 8, 2017, the headline is "New Immigration Boss Vows Deep Investigation of Expats." And to quote directly from the story, the newly appointed head of the Chonburi Immigration Office said anyone applying for long-term visas would be thoroughly investigated. Apparently the new employee is a police colonel Songprod Sirisuka, and he was introduced to the new Pattaya area immigration as the Pattaya area immigration chief on June 27th. To further quote directly from the story, part of that will be ensuring that those on long-term visas are safe to have in the country. Therefore, people who are requesting a long stay permit will be thoroughly investigated for the safety of the community and the nation. End quote. That's from the gentleman who's going to be appointed, or who has been appointed, as the new immigration chief down in Pattaya. We're based up here in Bangkok primarily, although we do have dealings with Chonburi Immigration Office and various routine matters that we have to deal with respect to Thai business ventures that are done out here. This may be of interest to those who may be getting involved in what's called the Eastern Economic Corridor as well, as Chonburi seems to be located relatively close to some of those business developments. That being said, just as an overall sort of analysis from me on this does not shock me at all. In fact, ever since the quote-unquote good guys in, bad guys out policy has come into effect, this seems to me to just be a continuation of an overarching policy that's basically being enacted throughout the kingdom with respect to immigration matters. It's fairly clear from what we've been dealing with at Chiang Wat Immigration Office here at Immigration District 1 that this is exactly what they're doing: more inspections, more scrutiny on applicants for long-term visas, and now, as has been explained in some other videos, scrutiny is now also coming from the Labor Department with respect to migrant workers, which there's been a moratorium placed on the, for lack of a better term, investigation of migrant workers, but that new new stricter penalties are going to come into effect Jan 1, 2018. And as I've said in a previous video, the way I look at this is the reason the moratorium went into effect was for migrant workers from Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, the three most significant countries of origin of the migrant workers here in Thailand. I think actually, if anything, you can pretty well expect that more stringent application of the law is going to be applied with respect to quote-unquote Farangs, that is Western foreigners here in the country wishing to do business or conduct employment activity. I think that we're already probably going to be under heavy scrutiny. The moratorium has been placed on these, in my opinion, the moratorium has been placed primarily to deal with transitioning all of these migrant workers from the three neighboring countries into proper status here in the kingdom. And I bring this up because I just want to illuminate, or shall I say elucidate, the differentiation. Western foreigners, I think, will probably be treated, and in certain ways already are treated, rather differently with respect to immigration and Labor Department certification. I don't think that's going to change at all in the future, and in fact, I think that's going to be exactly how this will work. And in fact, I think also that foreigners should already start to be operating as if the new penalties were in place. Not because they are in fact in place, but because it would be good practice for Jan 1, 2018 when they are in fact in place. Again, this new appointment of a new immigration chief who is clearly stating that further scrutiny of foreign nationals is an imperative policy position of his. I think, again, that's just reflective of an overall policy that's going on throughout immigration here in Thailand. And I think it's pretty safe to assume that Chonburi may be starting to see the same kind of inspections and scrutiny that we've been getting used to up here in Bangkok.